Hi and welcome to another TMS Chats. Today we're talking with Nick, who has just finished 35 sessions with us. So welcome, Nick.
Thank you.
Can you maybe start with telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. I'm 39 years old. I've been dealing with depression and I guess anxiety for most of my life. I was formally diagnosed when I was 21.
Okay.
But I feel like I had a lot of the symptoms long before that.
That's the usual case, yeah. So 21, so that's, do the maths for me, Nick.
Like nearly half my life.
Yeah, that's a long time. And have you tried other treatments and therapies?
Yeah, I've tried so many things. So since the age of 21, I've seen a psychiatrist and then a psychologist who I've seen quite long term. I've been on 3 different sets, now my 4th set of antidepressants, various herbal things, all sorts of other kind of complementary therapies, meditation, hypnosis, EMD, psychedelics, can I say.
You've cast a wide net.
Tried.
You're looking for results.
I've tried just about everything. And some of those things have been effective, but I just felt like the whole time it wasn't quite getting to the root cause.
Yeah, very good. What made you decide to give TMS a go?
The last couple of years have been a huge process of upheaval for me, coming off some meds and then trying some other alternative therapies, but really facing up to childhood trauma and some emotional things that have been impacting me in a big way. And through that process, I realised that I was hitting rock bottom again and needed to do something dramatic, something that was going to have a big result. And I've been looking at lots of different therapies over the last year or so, things like stellate ganglion blocks and all sorts of things that seem somewhat invasive or whatever, and kind of stumbled across TMS.
Okay, so you're just Googling and looking and searching?
It was actually my mum that Googled it and told me about it. I don't know how she came across it.
Good on you, Mum.
Maybe it was that she put in treatment-resistant depression or something, or just whatever it was. This thing came, and it seemed like a fairly low barrier to entry because it wasn't overly invasive, and it was funded by Medicare. And so I thought, what have I got to lose? Yeah.
No, good. And you were pretty frequent. It's like you just started yesterday and all of a sudden you've done your 35.
It feels like it. I'm sad to stop now.
You'll be back.
Yeah, I guess I did 4 to 5 sessions per week. And I think I found that was quite effective because I got into a routine with it.
Yeah, you were very committed. You were a bit tentative at the start. It was a bit sore, but you seemed to adapt.
Yeah, I think that the very first treatment, I guess I have a pretty low pain threshold, so the little zap that it causes on your head was probably not what I was expecting. And I think that kind of kicked in my anxiety response almost more than anything.
Yeah.
And I felt a bit disconcerted, and I was questioning whether I was going to be able to hack doing this thing for 20 minutes every day.
Did you surprise yourself with how quickly you adapted to the sensation? And
Yeah, I did. I guess I realised early on that there was a level of adjustment that happens with it, so we dialed it down a little bit and then increased back up over the sessions. But I think I was nearly fainting or something in that first session when you hooked me up. By the end of that 20 minutes, I had gone into such a deep, meditative, trance-like state and felt so calm by the end of it that I was like, wow, I can't wait to come back tomorrow.
Oh, that's good. You were anxious walking in the door, so that didn't help. So
yes, I think I was apprehensive. I think it was like even just down to a new building, a new place, a new bunch of people, a totally new therapy. Yeah, probably made me apprehensive and anxious.
And you're so hopeful. You really want it to work. So when you walk in the door the first time, there's a lot at stake.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, even though I'd maybe convinced myself that there wasn't much at stake because, hey, I'll give this thing a go. I guess when you're in a pretty dark place, you want the thing to work out.
You do. And from where I'm sitting, it looks like it's worked out. You're looking good. Yeah.
It's incredible. I did a video of myself before I started this thing, or right after the first session of this thing, and I watched that last night and recorded another one. And just the difference in my face is crazy.
And your voice.
Yeah,
you can tell.
Yeah, and everyone else has been noticing that as well. People are noticing that I'm smiling, interacting more. People are smiling back at me on the streets.
Oh,
people can see that I'm physically less tense. I had a massage the other day, and someone said, "Gee, you're not as tense as you used to be."
Oh no, it's really good for us to see it happen as well. Like, we want to be involved in treatment that's working, and yeah, it's worked for you, Nick, and it's been great to see.
You are all absolutely involved in the treatment. That is fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. When did you first notice differences?
After the very first session, I noticed a big difference just in that moment. It was as though I had done a very deep meditation or a yoga class, so there was some very instantaneous stuff just coming out of the therapy. But more generally in my mood and in my symptoms, I think I started to notice a bit of a shift, maybe in around the second or third week, somewhere around that point.
Okay.
And then I really started noticing some profound changes week 3, week 4, week 5 maybe, where I really started to feel different, where I actually started to feel happy in my daily life. My approach to my work had totally changed around, my outlook, my interaction with people, with my family.
Didn't find it as hard to get to work and do what you needed to do?
No, I felt like I was in love with everything that was going on in my life.
Oh, that's good.
And that's not something that I could say beforehand. At the beginning of this year, in the months leading up to starting this treatment, I was having suicidal ideations every day, every minute, just about. And it's been a complete shift around.
That's awesome.
The thing that keeps cropping up in my mind at the moment is that I feel the happiest I've ever felt in my life.
That must be a relief, not just for you, but even for your mum.
Yeah, it's a huge relief.
Because watching you struggle all these years.
Yeah, and I know that there'll be hard times probably down the track, because that's life.
Yeah.
But I feel like what this has allowed me to do is to start developing some resilience and some better habits and better pathways of thinking. Like I feel like physically and mentally like my neuroplasticity has been altered and become more malleable, and I'm able to deal with situations so much easier now.
Yeah.
And I know that if things get shit down the track, I'll be able to remember I'm actually capable of switching that around and reframing things. And I also know that if something was to get really bad again, the first thing I'll do is come straight back here and do a bunch of sessions again. Yeah. I won't go anywhere else. This will be the first call.
It must be a relief to know that you've now found something that's going to work for you.
Yeah, that's a huge relief. Yeah. A huge weight off.
Yeah, it's a problem for most people with mental health, is just finding what actually works for you.
Yeah, that's right. And maybe this doesn't work for everyone, but I would say give it a try. There's nothing to lose. And I'm recommending it to as many people
that can listen. Yeah, good on you. Thanks very much, Nick. All right, thanks once again. You've been an awesome client.
You guys have been awesome practitioners. Thank you.
You're welcome.